Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast, the bi-weekly, terrifyingly fun show where we talk about Tales from the Crypt. And this week, we're in between seasons, and we're going to be discussing one of the more fun movies. More fun. I probably fucked that word up, or the way you say that up. But before we go ahead and get started with everything, guys, how's it been going for you guys? Chuck, man, it's nice to have you on for this one too, man. So I guess the first kind of guest, still kind of part of our show network and everything here. But
right.
Regardless, how's it been going, man? It's been a week since we talked.
It's been a crazy last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it's been weird. Yeah.
But anything fun at least?
Not really.
No,
just a lot of trips to the doctor and COVID tests and wishing for the best.
Did you do the anal swab where they do it? They do now?
No, I didn't ask for the Jack Hunter special. I didn't ask for that. So
they didn't go to your sex group.
Oh, my bad.
Right. So how you doing, Jack? Man, everything going good with you, buddy?
Yes, I'm good. Right before the show, I didn't have a guest with me. Now I have a guest. It's like a routine. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Erin, my daughter. It sucks because I see Chuck smoking and I get fussed at when I smoke with your by me. And it's like, it's just bullshit. So
well,
you'll
be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, dude. So anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for this week. Well, I guess before we go ahead and introduce the guest that's here this week, may I also say that literally just a couple of minutes before the show, one of the guests, Emma, unfortunately wasn't able to stay. She had something come up. If she is able to be back in time, she might be able to still pop in later on. But anyways, with that being said, this guest was actually on the show that me and Chuck just did last week when on Two Guys One Crypt, where we discussed Double Dragon.
Dragon!
Movie sucks.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But anyways, guys.
Street Fighter's better.
Introduce Justin Cooper, one of those of the epic Tales from the Sewers, the fantastic podcast, and Geek Life HQ. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's great. I'm glad to be back to talk more about Double Dragon.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want to.
Listen, I was really upset because Justin told me the show that you guys are going to be reviewing, the movie, and I was just like, dude, we should do that. And he's like, well, I'm already doing it on this show. And I'm like, bruh, really? I'm like, I need to be on the... Dude, we're coming out of a shell. We're coming out.
So you're saying you want in?
Bro, he does. Unfortunately,
I do so bad.
Jack sings "I'm coming out of my closet," so he's getting them confused. It's okay.
Coming out of my closet.
Wait, the R. Kelly song?
I think so.
No, that's in the closet. I'm wait,
that's horrible.
No.
Anyways, guys, we got Sean chiming in. What's up, brothers? How's it going, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
We got Ron chiming in too.
Ron.
Yes. And then we got Sean chiming in again. Is that Jack?
You want to say hi?
It is.
You want to say hi?
No. She's like, fuck you. She doesn't have headphones on, so I know she can't hear me, by the way, guys. So...
You want to say hi?
No.
You want to say hi now? Let's see him
Hi,
talk. You want to talk some crap to
my
daughter? Yeah. Yeah, everybody puts on a nice face now, huh?
Right.
Oh, you want to say hi?
We got Dave
Yeah.
chiming in saying,
Okay.
speaking of Street Fighter, the movie also starred Raul
Raul
Julia,
Julia.
who played
Yeah.
Gomez Adams in the first two Adams Family
Okay.
movies. Yes. And we got Sam chiming in as well
Fantastic.
here. Go back in, Jack. Go back in.
Oh,
Too late, sweetheart. I'm out, Sam. Isn't he the rapper?
we can tell by the headband. It's the
Yeah,
headband.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
the race
the headband.
day for you.
Then we got Sean chiming in saying, I thought at first it was a mom with 70s short haircut. So, Jack, you just got confused for a middle-aged woman. So
That's
keep that
hilarious. In a
mind.
different time period.
And then Andy
Why I grew
chimes
a
in
beard.
with, yes.
No,
Oh,
it's
Andy,
not.
if you keep commenting so much, I'm not
Wait.
going to be able to get away with doing the memorial video that we play for you.
Like, wait, is that his soul that's responding? Andy, I'm off. Andy.
That's such a horrible thing. So for the Justin, I guess you didn't know this,
Rest in
but
peace. Rest in peace, Andy.
we-
You're dead.
we made a video for him for when he
He
dies.
died.
Already.
No.
I love it.
Yo, and if he dies in the next, year, we're sorry. We put it out
Oh,
into the
God.
universe, Andy.
You called it.
You're-
We got Sean
oh.
chiming in. I love you, Jack, and we got Ron chiming in. Is that Karen? Yes, I believe so.
Why? Just because I got
Ron,
long
she has
hair?
to speak to
Fuck
your
you
manager.
guys.
Maybe.
Yes. I want to speak to your manager. Actually, Justin, we need to have a talk. Okay. Ron is just ridiculous.
He's canceled.
Oh,
He's
whatever.
canceled. He's
So-
culture canceled.
Enough talking to Jack. Anyways,
Okay.
Justin,
You just
you're
can't
the
go.
guest on this episode this week, dude. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you?
Oh my God. We just did a preview for the Last Ronin comic, which comes out next week. Right. So that's pretty big. We just dropped that episode. So it's a preview of what's going on with the Ninja Turtles comic, The Last Ronin. So if you have no idea what this is, basically it's like Batman the Dark Knight Returns, but it's with one of the Ninja Turtles, the only one that survived, and it's 30 years into the future.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Is that
I-
Leonardo, right? Leonardo?
Nope.
It's Donatello.
Oh.
We could do this all 4 times. I could tell you if you want, if you guys want to know.
Yeah,
who it
just tell
is.
me. Yeah.
Okay. Raphael.
No,
No,
it's
'cause I heard
Michelangelo,
about
guys.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Michelangelo. All right.
Yeah, it
Excellent.
is,
Okay,
so-
that's the plot twist. Okay, I see it now.
I don't
Yeah.
know if
The
it's-
plot
He may be
Yeah,
crazy though,
Michelangelo.
so yeah, but it's
Well,
it's super
duh.
dark and gritty. But that's what's
Really?
going on. That comes out on Wednesday, so everybody's getting ready. Just dropped the episode last night on the preview of just what we think is going to happen for the issue.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to actually, listen to that. I've actually really been enjoying listening to your podcast. On the short drives that I get to take. Like your show's not too long, so it's something that you can really fit into. Like just even a shorter car ride, you can listen to some of the episodes. And
I listen to a show while I'm doing the dishes. And
Nice.
it's
That's
nice.
great. I like to do that too. Like whenever I'm headed out, like to the dentist or something like that, I'll pop on a podcast. And I always try to keep them less than an hour if I can, but it never works out.
yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it works sometimes.
Dude,
I tried to have a time limit when I first started around like a half hour, and
Yeah, no way.
at this point, it's like, well, I guess it'll stop when people quit talking. But
I didn't
what
know
can you
your
do?
podcast existed, Justin. I'm sorry, and I am excited now because I'm going to tune in. And
Oh,
if
cool.
there's somehow, if somehow I'm on that show that I am desperately trying to be on,
He's trying
I will
so
be
hard.
greatly. I will be greatly in your debt. What?
Right?
I'm like,
So
well, I make the
I'll go
rules,
ahead.
so it's like I could just say yes. I'm like,
Right. Yeah. So just so he knows, anytime his kid walks in, I'm going to mute his microphone for him. So
Okay.
just make everything a little bit easier for everybody listening.
I like his
But-
setup there. It's like one of those fake rooms at IKEA.
It is.
You know,
that's where he lives. He lives in the fake room in IKEA.
It's not even,
It's like
it's not even
you've
his
got
kid.
some of the.
He's just sitting in the middle of a shop somewhere. It's not even really.
They're going to the snack bar. They're going to get some lingonberries and some Swedish meatballs and all that. So.
Rent's really cheap when you sneak into IKEA to sleep.
Yeah.
So,
Which I have to say one thing though, real quick about that comment. I did with me and my friends. We sat at a Kmart and watched Elf in its entirety while eating Dairy Queen, and their little setup at the middle of the aisle. The manager actually gave us like permission to like hang out till the movie was over. We watched the entire thing. We lounged. I took a nap. It was crazy.
oh man,
I love that. That's awesome.
wow, that is
Dude,
great.
I did that for the Princess Diaries Part 2 when I was in Bible college.
Princess Diaries Part 2. Is that the one with Chris Pine or not?
You know about this?
It's the second one where Stan Lee makes the cameo and he stays in the credits. And I'm like, that was Stan Lee. It was before the whole Marvel shit.
JB,
And,
of course I know about this. I just interviewed John Rhys Davies, so I had to know everything he did. So.
Oh god, Ron says, "What's up, Chuck?"
What's up, Ron?
Oh man, yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that. Oh
and besides,
man,
it's a quality film. What are you talking about? Mattress surfing is
Dude,
amazing.
It was the best.
Yes,
It was the
that is
best time to do it. If you want to watch a new movie, they put it in on VHS or DVD, depending on your era, and they would play them constantly in Walmart. So like, fuck buying it, just stand there, go get something to eat, and they can't tell you to leave. Fuck it.
Jack's like, yeah, just stand there.
I'm pretty sure they actually can
just
tell you to
like-
leave though too.
It was
Oh,
Texas
God.
too. So two grown men watching Princess Diaries,
David's chiming in. And speaking
Oh,
of
wow.
Princess Diary, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the original. Oh
David.
man.
Dear God, David.
Welcome to the Princess Diaries 2 podcast. I'm one of your hosts,
Exactly. Oh my
and
god.
my
I
name is
can't-
Nameless.
I didn't
Who loves
expect the
Ninja
show to go
Turtles?
this way, that's for sure.
No, I know, right?
That's
But-
Chuck's fault. He did it.
Right. Anyways, though, we're actually here to discuss a movie that, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure all of us like. But before
Love
before we get too far, there is one thing I do feel the need to mention. And Jack, this is for you, man. All right. Now, everybody, this was actually Jack's first viewing of this movie.
Man.
So we're gonna get a whole different kind of perspective from somebody who's actually just watching this movie for the first time in 2021.
There's some
Which-
demons and some
which-
people get hurt, and then that's just what happens. Says Jack.
I hate you both. You motherfuckers. Both of you. Fuck you both. Not you, Justin Cooper. Fuck these.
I thought you were going to make me feel at home. I'm like, well, that's what I usually hear. So,
Right? That's fair.
No, these guys.
I'm like, are we related?
Wait, my question is, Jack, have you never seen this movie?
Honestly, I know. No, I never have seen it.
No, but
last night I
how?
rented it.
How? Have you ever
Dude, I
heard of it
don't know.
before? You ever heard of it before?
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but why didn't you ever see it?
I haven't had the need to.
Well, to be fair, it was probably too scary. So, but
Yeah,
anyways,
I can understand that.
anyways, before we go ahead and start talking
big
about this
pussy.
film, I do want to go ahead and also announce that after we're done reviewing this and near the end of the show, for anybody who is present, all you have to do is comment throughout the show. I'll message you if you're still here, which we do prefer. We'll announce the winner, but we are going to be giving away the Shout Factory Collector Edition Demon Knight Blu-ray. So at the end of the show, you just got to be here. Let us know you're here. I'll add your name to our prize wheel. I'll bring it up on the screen once we're actually ready to do it near the end of the show, and you'll be in to win a copy of the movie. And we'll announce it at the end of the show. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, I'm sorry. And I did announce it with enough time, though, so if you could have been here.
He's like, greetings from the past.
Right.
Right, yeah.
What's it like where you are? The cars fly?
Oh,
Oh my
God.
God. Is it the year 2000 where we have flying cars like Back to the Future?
Marty, we have to get back. Your family is in trouble.
We got Sam Knight chiming in again. I'm assuming this is for about what Jack was doing. Fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. And then we got Sean chiming in again. First time for Jack? What the hell? That's exactly what I thought the first time.
And because it's my first time, they said, Jack, you're going to be doing, the walkthrough with the movie. So please pay attention. Motherfuckers, I had my kid on the side of me watching it with me. And every time she says, I'm like, no, Daddy's watching a movie. Daddy's watching a movie.
So you need to see the movie. It's a good movie.
It is.
Now, if in 1995, if you would have been spending more time paying attention to these good films that came out, you would have spent less time jerking off to homoerotic films put out on LimeWire.
Oh god,
that's still past 95.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't judge you for it. I accept you, bro. Hey man, I love you.
Sam's chiming in. Winner, give the DVD to Jack so he can watch it. Poor little guy.
I think Sam is actually the Demon Knight. So
yeah, that is fair. So before we go ahead and start actually talking about this movie, we should probably go ahead and talk about who did this movie. So this was directed by Ernest Dickerson, and it stars. Yes. And stars, of course, we got John Kassir as the Crypt Keeper. We got Billy Zane as the Collector. We got William Sadler as Breaker. Jada Pinkett Smith as Jerryline. We got Brenda, is it Baki?
Bukkake? Brenda Bukkake?
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Brenda Bukkake as Cordelia.
Yeah. Don't forget about Dick Miller
as Irene.
Dick Miller.
Yes, Uncle Willie. We got Thomas Hayden Church as Roach. We got quite a few people here that have actually done quite a bit compared to like the TV
the
show
neighbor from Gremlins, right? As Uncle Willie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dude, Dick Miller's awesome.
The Bucket of Blood. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, The Bucket of Blood. That was one of his. That was one of his first movies.
Yeah,
that was one of his first movies he was in. He was an artist, and go watch the movie. It's fucking cool. It's good. It's a good one. It's classic.
Sean's chiming in. JB, will it be a first for them for the next 2 movies? And I'm sure he's talking about Jack there. And even if it would have been a first, because we made fun of him this time, I guarantee within a week's time he's going to watch Bordello of Blood and The Ritual, and probably the 1972 Tales from the Crypt and the 73 Vault of Horror, just so I can't give him shit about it no more. And he'll probably pretend like he's seen a few of them already. So.
Right.
Bordello
he should though.
That's the vampire. Yeah,
They talking about the Bordello?
No, in fact,
that's the ones with the boobs,
Demon
right?
Night.
The one with the boobies.
Speaking of Michelangelo,
by the way.
Did you not see this movie? Yeah,
the boobies were great. Yeah, when it came on, my girl was beside me. I was like, "Ooh, boobies! Ooh, fake boobies! Nice."
It's like
boobies.
Vintage '90 ones too.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at those.
Yeah, they were
painful.
on point. They were on point.
And may I also go ahead and say that this is one of the, I think this is, as far as like the the series of Tales from the Crypt from HBO, I think this is the first time that we actually get to see the Crypt Keeper like
walk
on his feet walking with we have him, there's a body double doing it, but
it was CGI as fuck though.
Yeah,
they did the same thing with actually rest in peace Larry Flint when he was on Politically Incorrect a few years back, and they actually had him walking. So same thing.
And this is also one of the first times that we actually get a Tales from the Crypt, property at us that isn't really based off of one of the comic books either. So it's an original story. Yeah. The 1972 and the 73 are actually anthology films that are still the comic book ones in there. In fact, a couple of them were redone later on in the HBO series as well. So there are actually a couple different versions, not to mention the 2 versions of every episode that was, made for the entire, run of the show, just so they could have an edited and an unedited version of it.
So kind of like Creep Show.
Yeah.
That was like a bit of an anthology. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So, with that being said, Mr. Chuck Nasty is going to be actually talking about this movie, and I really hope that he gets the real intro of this movie, because this is still a Tales from the Crypt style movie. So we still get our Crypt Keeper segments in the beginning and the end, but with this being one of the movies, it's a lot more extravagant than what they did during the TV show. So Chuck, go ahead, man. Why don't you go and lead us off, buddy?
All right. First off, I fucking love this movie, but we'll get more into that later.
Yes.
What's awesome about
you're
this,
not worth the flesh you're printed on. And we got
all the
Polar Knights chiming in saying, "Sweet Jesus, it's like the evolution of beards." It is.
Yeah, like I got the goatee. Justin's got like the whole beard thing. JB's got the whole beard thing. Jack's got pubes on his face. Anyway, so this movie. I love the fact that at the beginning of this film you have a little bit of a taste of the show Tales from the Crypt. It kind of gives you the same intro and everything, and it goes to this woman who's talking about how she just got finished killing her husband. She's all scantily clad and gorgeous and whatever. And
gorgeous.
and then you see her laying. She's in a tub, and John Larroquette shows up. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. This thing's supposed to come up. The killer is supposed to be her ex-husband, now ex-husband. And then you have the Crypt Keeper yelling "cut," and then it's John Larroquette's face. John Larroquette, for those that aren't fans of Night Court, he was Dan Fielding on Night Court, and he was also the voice in Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, the first one, and the remake, the narrator at the beginning of it, which he was actually paid a joint in the original to do the vocal for the narrative at the beginning of it.
Which was probably fairly decent.
Right. Yeah. He was just an old stoner back in the day. But Crypt Keeper yells "cut." He's pissed off, and he's like bitching at John Larroquette, and John Larroquette's giving that sad puppy dog look like he always does in his face. And it goes to this whole thing where the Crypt Keeper's the director and everybody's having to deal with him and and he's tired of the living people and all this shit. And then he gets into the story as he usually does whenever he's doing something crazy. Which I got to say, though, the opening of this movie, though, I love the fact they did that, because when you first saw the film, you weren't really sure where it was going. And then it immediately was like, okay, it's supposed to be an episode, but the Crypt Keeper's really is the boss. And then we go over to the beginning of Demon Night.
Right. We got David chiming in saying that the musical score there was the violin themed in Psycho.
Yeah.
Right.
It goes into the actual film Demon Night, and it starts off, which I want to talk about the soundtrack here in a little while, actually. It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time when it comes down to these films. But it starts off with Filter's "Hey Man, Nice Shot," a song that's so amazing that Jack's probably never heard it except for watching this movie.
We did talk about that also on the Double Dragon episode. So
yeah, Double Dragon was actually awesome. Jack had to step down for just a moment. He had something coming up there. But go ahead.
I'm not going to make the joke that I want to make when it comes to that, but whatever.
Don't you think that Filter is like the odd choice for that soundtrack too?
Well, the thing is, it is, but like
it's one that definitely stands out compared to the rest of them.
It's the tone of the song, and it's perfect because you hear that.
Yeah, the bass line.
Like it's just fucking like, yeah, man, shit's getting ready to hit the fan.
He's getting chased in a car chase, and it's "Hey Man, Nice Shot." Yeah.
You've got William Sadler as Breaker, the mystery man at the moment.
Who's actually done quite a bit for Tales from the Crypt, may I add, too. Considering from the first episode, he's in quite a few episodes, even doing a bit character as the mummy on one episode during one of the intros to an episode.
He did.
That was Bordello of Blood, I think it looked at.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Bordello of Blood? He did that.
He did Bordello of Blood as the mummy. He did a lot of the monster kind of stuff. For some reason, like he was always around, which is I don't know, but I love it. I can't say anything bad about the dude. I think he's great.
Oh yeah, I mean the Reaper, man. Come on, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I just looked. He has
The Reaper.
177 IMDb credits, whereas Billy Zane has 172. So, who's the real star of this movie? Billy Zane.
For real, exactly. We got Ron chiming in. All right, I know what you're thinking. You give up your soul, you turn into a demon, you look like shit. Where's the payoff, right?
Yes.
I promise that won't happen to you.
No,
Exactly.
that Billy Zane is one of the big reasons why this movie is one of my favorites. Like I used to have the book, like that came with, they put out books that came out. I used to have the book to it. I have it around here somewhere, I'm pretty sure, but I was actually trying to look for it earlier and I don't know where it's at. But I love this fucking movie.
Right. It's weird to think that a year after this came out, Billy Zane played the Phantom. I just want you to realize that.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that he was the Phantom, but I want everybody to remember it.
Yeah,
I will say this,
right?
Yes, 1990.
I will say this though. Oh, sorry. Billy Zane is he actually, the last thing that I've seen him act in was Guest House with Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Which was great. Like that made me want to watch the movie. Like I'm not a big Pauly Shore fan, but when I thought Billy Zane was in, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And before that, he was Colonel Sanders. So big props to old Billy Zane for being probably one of those most amazing actors that
he's still finding work. I mean, after Zoolander 2, he's still finding work. So, but there's a lot of movies where he has played himself now. Yeah,
this is actually one of Chuck's favorite scenes.
Down, podunk. Well, then there, motherfuckers. Oh, dude, man, we haven't even got to there yet.
No, but I felt that I needed to show the audience what he looked like in the movie right there. So.
Oh, and dude, he was perfect. I mean, like everything about his character is great. There were so many moments where
we got Sam Knight chiming in. Get the pussy off that table. Not you. I was talking to the cat.
CCH Pounder, perfect. She was great in this.
We got David chiming in again saying this movie is like Night of the Living Dead, where instead of having people fighting off zombies, they're fighting off demons. Yeah, pretty
in
similar.
a lot of ways.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
I never thought about that.
Except it was better because it didn't have Jada Pinkett Smith in it. But anyway, Chuck, go ahead.
At least her band wasn't on the soundtrack at the time.
No Wicked Wisdom.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
All right.
Oh,
are you going to cover the soundtrack, or do you want to?
I'm going to talk about the soundtrack here in just a few, because I've got some things. Oh, here comes Jack. We're all so thrilled. Anyway, so as should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I didn't know if Jack was going to come in saying something. Anyway. Hi, buddy. So Breaker is being chased in this car. He realizes that his car's running out of gas. He pulls over or something, or he tries to pull over. I'm actually having a blank on the explosion part and everything.
Well, he doesn't really pull over. He runs out of gas and he runs out of gas
and turns it sideways, and then he's like, "I'm gonna shoot Billy Zane's car." By the way, if you shoot a car like that, is it really gonna do that? I mean, that's Hollywood.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Didn't you ever watch Last Action Hero?
The Fox is a bomb.
I used to have the game for Sega.
Biggie, Bubba Bumpers. Ha! You didn't know I was going to say that, did you?
Yeah, I was about to say
that. But anyway, we're just at the beginning of this fucking thing. So there's a big moment where there's an explosion, all this shit, and Breaker gets away. And in that time period, he tries his best to steal a vehicle at a local, I guess it's like a diner or something, and he isn't able to get out because the character of Danny, who you figure out later on, sees him trying to break into this car, and he gets chased off. Well, then he goes up and he runs away, and in that time period, he ends up meeting Uncle Willie. At the same time he's meeting Uncle Willie, Billy Zane's meeting the cops. Uncle Willie is, he's in this barn or whatever the fuck. He's having a shot. William Sadler, Breaker, they kind of startle each other, and then he's offered a drink. And they kind of start talking. He's like, I need a place to go. And Uncle Willie's like, I got a place for you. So they go on. It goes back to the, correct if I'm wrong on this. They go back to the wreck site to where it's the deputy and the sheriff. And there's this whole big, like the cars are on fire, everything. And then here comes Billy Zane walking out. And they're like, hey, buddy, hey, wait a second. You can't be around here. Whatever the fuck.
Right. He just like comes up from behind it, like nothing happened to him.
Right.
He's like, airbags, great, right? Okay, can we get going?
Airbags, great. You gotta love them.
Horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
These two cars blowed up, but I'm fine.
Must have been going over 100 miles an hour, Sheriff.
Even his clothes, like nothing. Go ahead, Chuck.
He goes on to Billy Zane's character, who we all just know him as the Collector. He goes on to talk to these cops about, hey, there's this man. He's got something of mine. I'm trying to get it back. And this is where it's kind of weird because usually cops wouldn't go with this protocol, but they put him in the back of the car and they start driving. And then they get word that, wait a second. I'm ahead of myself. I'm ahead of myself just a little bit.
You are getting ahead of yourself.
I am. My bad.
Chuck, would you like me to do it? I mean, I could probably do it. Yeah.
Shut up. So at this point in time, we pretty much get Breaker and Uncle Willie are heading into what looks like an old church, but it's been converted to a motel.
Yeah.
Due to lack of interest.
Yeah, due to lack of interest.
There is something that it shows earlier on that there is the stars tattooed on Breaker's hand, which you're not really sure about just yet.
Right, Jack, watching you is like watching the Blair Witch Project tonight. Haha.
Look, I'm sorry.
It is. He can't keep himself still. That's for sure.
Technical difficulties are not allowing me to be in my computer. Okay, so I apologize, everyone. So deal with it. And there's a train, so I'm going to mute myself. Thanks.
Yep. That's awesome. I love it. Hopefully it's a long one. Go ahead, Chuck.
But before Breaker goes into the church converted hotel, he looks at his hand. You see the stars, and they're kind of moving around. He goes in and he checks himself in as Mr. Smith, and that's where they're like, well, we can get you food or whatever. And I think that's when CCH Pounder yells at Geraldine to get his room ready. Right?
Yeah, room number 5.
Yeah. Which at that point, Cordelia and Wally are discussing him being fired. Cordelia is the one that she's a prostitute. That's the only that I can gather. She's the house prostitute. And Wally is the guy that's so suckered in. Yeah, there she is, sitting on the table.
That's not Wally, though. That's Willie.
Yeah.
That's when she got yelled at for putting the pussy on the table.
Yeah. I was talking about the cat.
I like pussy.
Right. Anyway, but anyway, he ends up. Okay, let's see here.
I think he eats some pea soup next.
He eats some soup and he's talking, and then all of a sudden.
Is that right? I'm not sure if that's pea soup. Like that was like the grossest looking soup ever.
Pea soup, man. He's putting hot sauce on it.
That wasn't hot sauce, was it? That looked like ketchup. That was a ketchup bottle.
I thought it was ketchup.
It could be. I wouldn't put that on pea soup, but
I don't know. It was like
ketchup makes
it was
it
a
better.
solid red plastic bottle. Like that's like your standard issue restaurant like ketchup. I thought.
I was thinking the Seinfeld route where everybody wants to keep salsa. They keep the salsa, so maybe it's Arby's sauce. Who knows? Maybe we're all wrong.
That would no.
It's in the 90s, so
it's possible. Yeah, it's
Arby's sauce.
For the sake of the movie, we're gonna go ahead and settle on Arby's sauce. He poured Arby's sauce all over it. I think that's the best route. We got that settled, Chuck. Now you can continue.
Around this whole time, we might be a few minutes off, whatever the fuck. We also meet Roach, Hayden Thomas Church, right? Thomas Hayden Church.
Yep.
Right.
Thomas Hayden Church.
he's an asshole. He comes in and takes Cordelia up to the room and all that shit. And there's this whole you can tell like the tension when it comes down to like Wally and him, and when she first takes him up.
Wally's kind of an interesting character too. He's they show him and he's in like a mailman's outfit, and I mean, he's an off-looking guy with kind of like a little fro and all that, and he looks kind of like a pathetic guy and all that.
I think he's way more interesting after he's gone and what we learn about him.
Absolutely.
You know, like I think that's definitely one of the things that really make him stand out.
Plot twist.
No, we got Sam chiming in saying, "I watched him hide it, didn't even know it." Breaker had a look like what a snitch.
Well, the whole thing with Breaker trying to break into the car got the cops called. So the cops with Billy Zane in the car go to drive, and they end up at the hotel, and that's when that happens.
Irene called on him.
Yeah. If Irene would have kept her fucking mouth shut,
she would have kept her arm.
Yeah, that too.
And her life. But
yeah,
whatever.
We're only going to mention her arm, though. She could have kept her arm. She still would have died, but at least it would have been in one piece.
Hey,
right.
But
the cops come in, and the collector, Billy Zane, is telling that he's got something in mind, blah blah, and that's where what was just said in the comments, the comment by Uncle Willie about he hit it. I saw him, blah blah blah. He gets it, and Breaker's like, "No, don't. You can't do this shit." And then the cops start getting a little curious about it, and they talk to the collector for a second, and then shit shifts. Shifts. And the cops are like, "We're going to take this for evidence, blah, blah." And the collector's just, it's great because he's just like, you're not going to do that. And then he puts his fucking fist right to the fucking sheriff's face.
Yeah, he does.
And rips his fucking head off. Like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Just like pops a hole right through it.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a very cool
scene.
Oh, yeah. And we'll talk about the special effects after we're done talking about the movie, but fucking A, were they good. Go ahead, Chuck.
Which, of course, I left at the part where, Breaker grabs Geraldine and has her as like a hostage for a second or whatever. And then he lets it all be, whatever. Then the sheriff gets killed, but we're trying to get the important stuff here, okay? I'm trying my best, guys.
You left out my nipples are smoking. That's important.
Oh, yeah. He definitely.
Well, that's when, isn't that after that when the deputy goes upstairs?
No, well, he goes
upstairs. Or is that right before that?
Yeah, I think it's right before it.
That was weird.
It was definitely something creepy. That's
it was sure. Well, you hear Pantera playing.
Gates,
That's right. Hell yeah. And then you see Thomas Hayden Church. I keep getting it backwards. With these fucking like clamps attached to his nipples and this fucking battery, and it's like, oh my god, like the meanest sons of bitches really are fucking like into weird shit. And I think Jack's telling us that he's okay with that.
That's okay. Know that Jack's into this. Me and Jack had a talk earlier, and like for everyone that's listening, I'm sorry to say it, but Jack's going ready to go through therapy and stop watching bestiality.
Oh jeez.
Oh well, good. It's about time.
What? Go fuck yourself. Look,
So Chuck, why don't you continue with the movie?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I love you, Jack. I'm sorry.
Cooper, hopefully when I'm on your show, I get treated with a little bit more respect.
You have to bring your own nipple clamps, though.
I'm down.
Okay. That's hell on earth. It's not so bad. I have hemorrhoids. Right. And that's actually after we get to see him passing off the key.
You guys have the best listeners. They know all the good quotes.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you get the Tales from the Crypt fans, like a lot of us go all out, to say the least. Go ahead, Chuck.
But at that time, everybody starts freaking out. The sheriff gets his fucking fist through his fucking face, and
Sean says to stop using Grinder, Jack.
Oh, where'd Jack go?
He had to hide himself. I think he's having problems with the kids right now.
Oh, okay. It happens.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Whatever else was freaking out and stuff. The collector, does he gets shot and that's how he ends up outside, right? I forget. I'm drawing a blank on how he actually ends up outside.
Let's see. After the sheriff, he's trying to take Breaker out. Breaker kicks him outside. Then he does that little dance and all that. And
okay, that's where. Yeah. Okay. Now, real quick, that whole. Can you bring that back up, Justin? JB.
Which one?
The
Oh. You want to make your joke now? Sean says to stop using Grindr. Oh, this? There was a series on the Sci-Fi Channel I used to watch called Black Scorpion. It originally began as 2 TV movies on Showtime. It is a female version of Batman. Many of the people who guest starred on it on Tales from the Crypt played the antagonists on the show. Sherry, who was in On Dead Man's Chest and in Demon's Night. Stoney Jackson, who was in The Pit, and Adam West, who was in As He So.
Yeah, David, yes. I think that
David
was Jones
knows his shit.
So
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable. But the scene that you're talking about where he goes through his whole spiel, you showed it earlier. Can you bring it back up?
Which scene?
Oh, the picture.
The GIF.
The dance.
Oh yeah.
Podunk motherfucker. Yeah, that right here. Now, okay, now real quick. When I was in high school, I was in a class that was pretty much a study hall. And the teacher of this study hall was actually a classically trained actor. He was an old dude. He tried to show the class how to act, and no one knew how to act right or anything. They were all dickheads. But he was like, if there's a scene from a movie you want us all to watch, I'll give you extra credit. And I brought in a scene from High Fidelity, and then a week later I brought in that scene from Demon Night. And he laughed, and his first, like, his comment was, he's like, you really like those movies that have the F word in them, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I do. But it was like, I couldn't wait to bring that in because I love that scene because it's hilarious. He's just like, come on, you podunk motherfuckers. Like, I mean, it's hilarious because I'm from Kentucky. Okay. I understand, like, what he's talking, like, I don't know. But,
I get it. Yeah. I'm there. I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that fucking scene. I just had to throw that in there real quick. He's trying to
pretty popular scene, to be fair.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the one thing that, like when I talk to people, whatever, it's one of the first things you talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
So, anyways, dude, why don't you go ahead and continue the story? We still gotta get through this damn movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I know. Yeah, we're oh god damn.
First done already.
Right.
So anyway, the collector, Billy Zane, is trying to get everybody to, like, give him the key, which he's been locked out. Breaker has went around and sealed up the windows and the doors, and so the demons can't get in.
Right.
Which is what really, there you go. This place is damned. And he just starts sloshing that shit everywhere. Oh, this movie is so fucking awesome.
Wait, did anybody get a recollection of fucking Trolls 2 from that one scene?
No.
I just saw Trolls 2 right when he did that. The green slime.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Neil Bog.
The green slime. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
we got Matthew Movies chiming in. Such a great flick. Fuck yes, man. And I will go ahead and add him into the raffle as well. And Sam Knight chiming in as well, saying, I am one of them podunk motherfuckers.
By the way, I did comment, so my name gets put in there. So
no, it doesn't. You're on the show. All right, Chuck, go ahead and continue, please.
There's a whole little, like, fight thing that goes on with the demons come out. You know how I am with this shit. The demons come out. The collector's pissed off. All of them are coming out and shit.
Exactly. That's 100%. Sorry. Trolls 2 Demon Knight comparison is pretty wild. Yeah. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. way better, dude. Way better. Now you can't even talk about that. No, and of course, we got David chiming in. The original Trolls starred a very young Julia
Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
There you go. I fucked that one all up.
Say it 10 times in a row.
No,
I forget his name too. The guy that played Migosh from Willow was in that.
I'm just gonna shout out random movies from now on.
Oh, whatever. All right. So, anyways, dude, Chuck.
They end up. See, there's a cat that comes in from outside, and they go on this whole like they're chasing after this cat. Oh, they're trying to get. God damn it! Yeah, no, they're on a cat chase basically, right?
Well, yeah, he wants to make sure it's not a demon.
Yeah, and the
Happy
cat
Hour
runs
news
off.
team saying killer movie, and we
Yes.
100% agree.
Yes, hell yeah. Me and Josh and Bastard Sons of Judas Goat are going to be on their show on March 13th. Actually,
Oh, nice.
glad they actually were the man. I was glad they're able to make it on. But yeah.
Well,
So they chase
in
this
for the
fucking
drawing,
cat.
so we'll see.
Right. Well, yeah. They chase this fucking cat and they go down into the fucking basement, and it's noticed that in the wall there's some air coming through, and they're like, there's got to be a tunnel or something, we'll just break it through and see. Right. And Breaker's like, I'm not sure about this the whole time. Roach is all about it because he's a dick and he doesn't think. And everybody's like, oh yeah, let's go through here, blah, blah, blah. So they start breaking this thing down. They break it down. They start going through, and then they find out it's a bad idea because the demons are coming through there. And they get
that boy. We get the boy coming in then too.
The boy comes in.
That's his family. They're the people from the place where he was trying to steal the car from. Steal the truck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the kid comes through and everything too. Breaker seals off that whole area. It's sealed off and everything. And Roach's boss, I guess, was demon formed, and he decides it's a great idea to take a shotgun and shoot through the force field that keeps them safe and causes a big catastrophe. And it's a big old thing. And they have to go upstairs, and they're trying to block everything off they can. And
it gets pretty fucking shitty for him. That's when we start to get to see, some of the people in the house turn to demons and shit too.
Yeah.
Like some of them.
Cordelia? Cordelia with their
Cordelia? Yeah. Cordelia comes. She turns in. She goes in this room, and she's hearing the collector's voice, and he's basically just wooing her. He's just being like, oh, want somebody that can love you and somebody that can, all that stuff. And she kind of takes the bait for the most part, and because like she's looked out the window. Part. Well, yeah, she
completely took it.
Yeah, and then it cuts away, and then it comes in. Then Wally ends up fucking. Is it Wally?
Yep.
Yeah. Uncle Willie, and Wally. They're too similar. Yeah.
Well, but Wally comes in before he gets changed and everything. His visions are different.
Yeah. Yeah, completely. But so he walks in. Oh
yeah, best scene ever. By the way, best scene ever.
That scene also has Tracy
Bingham, right?
And porn star and porn star Chasey Lane is actually one of those party girls as well.
Interesting.
You sure it's not Lord?
I first heard about her from Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, dear Chasey Lane, I wrote to complain. I'm your biggest fan. Yeah, we're big Bloodhound Gang fans here.
Wow.
Here's one for you, Uncle Willie. A long, hard one.
Drink it down.
I love that scene though. That's a great fucking scene. But anyway, so Wally goes in and he sees Cordelia and she's not herself. And wait, right? Yeah, she turns into a demon and chases him, whatever. And then he cuts again to where let's see. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes just to make sure.
Aren't they explaining what? Isn't it Breaker explaining what's going on at this point? And then they go look for him. Well,
yeah, he's kind of explaining some stuff, and then there's some screaming going on. They all go upstairs, and they find that Cordelia is a demon, and she is munching on Wally like he's a hot dog.
Oh wait, no, that was after. My bad.
Was it after?
Yeah, it was after because he reaches for the cross thing, and he goes to do it and he knocks it out of her hand. So it's after that. Yeah, it's after that where they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then, yeah, he finally tells them. Yeah.
Excellent. But anyway, so
yes.
at this point, anyway, so they find out that Cordelia is a demon, and she ends up being the reason why Irene doesn't have an arm. She bites her fucking arm off, and it becomes well, one of those things in movies you actually like remember. You're like, oh, she's the one without the arm.
Yep. Right.
And it has a
Keep
pretty
in mind
honorable.
that, like, during the whole time a lot of this is going on, we get William Sadler, Breaker, having all these flashbacks going back to like the times of like when Jesus is getting nailed to the cross and things like that. And there is this whole backstory about the 7 keys as well. And that's why I'm going to talk about that for a second before mentioning Sam Knight saying that they had 6 of the keys, which is part of the entire plot of this movie is that once they got this 7th key, it would pretty much give the demons a lot more control. But go ahead.
Man,
and there's blood actually inside the key itself.
Yeah. And
yes. At one time it was the blood of Christ, but then it got diluted over time.
So all the chosen one has to put their blood in it.
And Dracula 2000 missed the perfect opportunity to tie this in.
That would have been cool, actually. That's a good take because that was like such a good twist on a Dracula, like just the origin story and all that.
Agreed.
Yeah. Then we got Dave chiming in again saying Roach reminds me of a coward father at Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, I can see that.
He's that character.
Yeah, completely.
He is
especially when he's well, you're about to get to that point here in a minute, Jock. So why don't you continue?
Yeah, Breaker's trying to tell everybody like what they need to do, and Roach is the one that's like, "Fuck this guy! Like I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I feel like." And
this guy.
Yeah,
he actually does say that after a while too. He's like, "Yeah, kill fucking Breaker."
Yeah,
bossy.
Yeah, he does.
You don't understand, man. The most worthless character in the Spider-Man universe.
Oh my god. But before he does all that stuff, he has to
worse than Electro. I mean, come on, man.
I was a little back and forth with some shit here because the whole he was on Wings. I used to love Wings. You got a problem with that?
I fucking love Wings, bro.
I was a little too soon when I was talking about the wall being broke down and the demons coming through. My bad.
Oh yeah,
but
we got to the part where she got
out of yourself a little bit.
Her arm ripped off. So
that's the important part.
No, of course, wow. Yeah, and that's around the time when Breaker has the World War flashback, and he gets the blood from his I guess his war mate, his those are their terms.
Hold on.
For that.
Well, first off, we do have Mr. Seaman Hunter Jack here. And so why don't you so Justin, you didn't realize this, but Jack was in the what do they call them? The ones with the boys that wear the bell bottoms and the really gay hats.
Oh, the musical Hair. Okay.
Yes, okay. So Jack was there, so he technically is a Seaman Hunter, and Hunter's his last name. So
are you ex-Navy, Jack?
I am.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
He swallowed it all. Go ahead, John.
I'm 4F as fuck, so I couldn't get in the army. Also, I'm an asshole, so they don't let us in.
We got Matthew chiming in, love Wings as a kid. And then we got Sam chiming in, Battle Buddy.
Here you go.
All right, Chuck. So why don't you go ahead and continue this, man?
All right. So at this point where, like I said, like there's blood that is the flashbacks that Breaker's getting from this buddy from World War I or World War II. I think does it really say is it World War
1917?
1917.
Yeah.
Okay, so First World War.
Yeah.
And that's where you learn a little more about the 7 keys. And
keep in mind that means that blood was inside that thing for that long. Like it wouldn't coagulate at some point.
Yeah,
they were hemophiliacs.
The body of Christ.
They were all right. There we go. He answers the question I needed.
Yeah, if it was if it's the body of Christ and it's all mixed in, then I'm sure it wouldn't dry up. I'm just if they're going with that route.
Sure, he's still a human. Human blood dries up over time.
Which we'll go
Okay.
ahead and we're gonna go ahead and continue this. So we get to the point where I think it's now Geraldine's turn to be tempted, right? Is that
Oh
where we're
yeah.
at?
Yeah.
Where she's tempted by the wonderful collector played by Billy Zane, who is a most amazing actor. And he starts telling her all this stuff, which this is also the part where, going back to the soundtrack, 1-800-Suicide by Grave Diggers comes on, which if you're not familiar with that rap group, it's members of Wu-Tang Clan and a bunch of other people, and they're a little more darker on stuff. I love them. They're great. But he starts trying to woo her just like he did Cordelia, and she's not going for it at all. And I'm hitting that point, guys. I'm so sorry. I have a little bit of a blank. Help me out here. Somebody help me out here.
He tells her that she can go all these places and that she can be this beautiful model.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. He shows her the picture of her, and then he brings it down, and there's all these it's like demons and like them eating people and like all this shit. And he's just like, I know it's not really. You think this is what it's going to be, whatever. And then
he seems pretty genuine about wanting to be with her, though.
He does. At that point, it's like he's like obsessed with her. Like
Geraldine, I love Geraldine. And I just want to know. Could you ever
have a place in your heart to?
Are we talking about the penis lightning yet?
Hey! If you want to see her naked, watch the movie Jason's Lyric. That was a great movie.
Yeah, Jack, we'll all pay attention to that. If you want to watch a good one, watch Dead Calm. There we go. You don't have to see his ass in that one, Jack.
I love me some Zane.
What the fuck?
Watch The Phantom. That's the best superhero movie ever.
I had that game on Genesis.
Can you mute him now?
So go ahead and continue it.
The fuck am I at?
You were the bomb in the Phantom, yo.
Phantom like a motherfucker.
No.
So because it goes
we were talking about Jada Pinkett.
Yeah. And he's trying to do all that shit, and he's like, he wants her and all that. Somewhere down the line, he also ends up. I'm probably missing a chunk of it, but he ends up. That's where he gets Uncle Willie.
Oh yeah, but Uncle Willie gets taken care of fairly quickly.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Willie, that's creepy.
Wait, so his thing was the alcohol, right? That's where he drank the devil's blood, and then he became a demon. That was his guilty pleasure part.
Yeah,
he gave into it. Yeah,
he definitely.
Oh, really?
And
he's up in the attic.
And Jason Bartlett's chiming in Titanic. Obviously,
Billy Zane. Yo, Titanic, bruh.
Brave a child.
If you didn't cry in that movie, you had no soul, bruh. Love that movie.
Sam's chiming in, grab your purple suit with ring and get the fuck out of here. He's talking to Jack. Go ahead, Chuck.
All right, mumble rapper.
You guys are leading into one thing I was going to say, that each of these represents one of the 7 deadly sins in the way that they go through this film. So I actually kind of have something on that as we go a little further.
I didn't notice that. Wow.
I just picked that up on my second watch. So
that's surprising.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Your huge fascination with the Bible.
Shut up.
And we got David chiming in saying that scene reminds me of The Thing with the head on the floor.
Which is a good thing.
It is a good thing. It's
I wish this film had more Grimly in it.
Both
We're definitely going to have to figure out a way to do The Thing at some point in time. Go ahead, Chuck.
So anyway, Uncle Willie, being the drunkard that he is tempted by a room full of women who Tracy Bingham and Chasey Lane are a part of. And you have the bartender who is the collector, and he's got a cigar in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, come on, Willie, what do you want?" You know, and I love that scene because just how he is. He's like, "Oh, just give me what I want, basically." And when you're a guy who has an alcohol problem and you like women,
Yeah.
I can see where he decided to say fuck it. I mean, he was getting anything he wants, and then there's also a price to pay.
Right.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy too.
That's where
Like, just the whole
Irene
scene.
starts coming up there, and then they start looking into everything.
Yeah. Is this? Let's see here. Because he's pretty. The collector's pretty. Boom, boom, boom with the people that he. Mouth of Madness.
If you love the thing,
movies.
you need to check out the Mouth of Madness.
I love In the Mouth of Madness. I love that fucking movie. I really do.
Dude, that's my fucking jam. That movie, you can watch it several times. You catch things every fucking time. Okay.
You like In the Mouth of Madness, Jack? Hey.
Yes. I fucking love that. Sam Neill's a
Is
fucking
that the
genius.
first
Everything
time?
about it.
Sam Neill. I was thinking
Yeah,
Christopher
it was great.
Lee.
Yes, I love it. Okay.
All right, Chuck.
Nice. Okay. Well, good.
That was
I'm
the
glad
first time I think you actually was like, "Wow, Chuck!" Like,
Yeah. No, I give him
first
props for that.
compliment. First compliment.
Yeah, he said it and then went away. It was great. He said it and then went away. He does it great. He understands.
That's fair. That's fair. You give him an applause. All right, continue the movie.
But the collector, he's really good about going from boom, boom, boom to different people. He got Uncle Willie, and then now he's trying to tempt Irene, right? At this point, with her arm,
with her arm on a silver
on
platter.
a silver platter. He's like, "Oh, come on!" And she like just shuts the door in his face. He's like, "Oh, come on!"
She's flipping him off.
No. Wait, and I left that actually a really important scene. The scene where they were able to actually get past. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Let's see. Oh, no, I'm getting there. So after Irene pretty much tells the collector to fuck off.
Ron's right, by the way, talking about Jack doesn't know Giallo, but knows In the Mouth of Madness.
That's kind of my thoughts. It's kind of weird.
I think that was everybody's thoughts.
But whatever, hey. We're all in this together, I guess.
Wait. Look, guys. Look, do not judge me for this. At least I didn't say, at least Jack meant what he said. And Jack Frost Part 1, yeah, Justin. Yeah. No soul.
Can you not get that close to the camera, Jack?
And we got David chiming
You
in
just
saying
back off.
The Thing, Prince of All Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness were part of a movie trilogy in what John Carpenter called his apocalyptic trilogy.
Ooh,
God, you gotta fucking
that.
love David. You really do.
David.
Oh man, guy's full of knowledge.
You know what? He would be my rival to watch to play Seen It against. He would be my rival. No one can beat me with that game.
Oh, I bet you, motherfucker!
Bring it on!
It's gonna
bitch.
happen one day. Then.
Bring it on!
It'd be a thing.
We'll
Right.
do it
live. Fuck
Jack
it, we're doing it live.
We'll do it live.
Jack
Fuck
only
it, we're
does
doing it
Disney
live.
princess
No one's
version,
beat
though.
me in 20 years. Fuck you. No one's beat me in 20 years. I swear to God.
Oh, whatever. I doubt that.
Swear to God. Swear to God.
He's
I'll
talking about the
extend
Sesame Street
challenge
edition.
to Mario Kart 64.
God.
Are we talking about Follow That Bird? Because that movie's awesome. Waylon Jennings, John Candy, Chevy Chase. There's all the stars.
Fuck, I forgot about that movie.
I'm just saying, it's a good movie.
Not wrong.
But yeah. Anyway, so we have Uncle Willie as a demon, and him and Breaker are going at it. And then, like you said, Breaker takes care of that problem pretty quick. Of course, we have the headless.
Wait. You missed the part where they found out what Wally was fucking doing. That was right before the scene with the arm. What the fuck he was that? Yeah, it was right
after.
It was right
No,
after.
that was before. It was before because the old man. Wait. Am I?
No, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
it's
So
after
she
this,
sends
I
the
think.
old man after. She sends him down, and he tells him to leave the bottle. And then after that's when they start looking through, like, you know, she ends up finding the guns and stuff, and then they find the grenades.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So
right,
right
yeah, because he was wanting to go postal.
yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is one of the things, like I said earlier, is what
sense.
really made this character a lot more interesting was the things that you found out later on. All right, go ahead.
He was at the end of his fucking rope. So we come to the collector and Roach, and so the seal has been put on the stairs, so they can only go in the bottom foyer. They can't come up and all that stuff. And Billy Zane's character as the collector is talking to Roach, and he's like, "Come on, man! Like, you know, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll let you walk out of here. Just give me the key. Get the key for me. Blah 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 blah." And in that other part, he spits out the sponge. He's like, "Just wipe off the seal." And it just comes out of his mouth.
It's a
and he's just like, and that whole I know it is. And the whole time, like Roach is like bad mouthing Breaker and shit. And he's wiping off. He's like, "Well, I don't want to be with these fucking assholes anymore." Blah blah. And he's like, "Yeah, fuck you. You know, fuck him or whatever." And then that's when Roach goes down the steps, and then the collector goes, Roach, I lied." And then they like all the demons attack him, and it's just great. Like it's a very interesting.
Lance chiming in saying, "JHP, take your glasses off. We can't see your guy liner."
As he runs away.
And Lance, I'm going to go ahead and throw you into this drawing as well, buddy. Thanks for coming in. All right, Chuck, go ahead and continue.
Lance is a dick.
What do you say?
Jack said Lance is a dick.
So anyway, so Roach is dead. He's been attacked by all these fucking demons and shit. And wait a second. See, this one that sucks about doing this because I missed parts in between. Because
that's fine, but he ends up getting killed really quick.
Yeah.
Well, not really killed, but like, you know, kind of like, I guess, disheveled.
It's funny too on how like Danny starts out as like this sort of victim kid, and then he's the one that actually takes care of Willie by poking his eyes with like antlers from like a deer or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's what it was. And then like the lightning shoots out of it. Like, you got to aim for the eyes. And it's
like the quickening, right?
It's weird. Is it? I don't know I don't think I've seen the quickening.
I don't know if I've seen the quickening.
Well, no, the quickening from Highlander, where after you kill
okay. Yeah. Like it. Okay, I get you. But what was that, Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lance is a dick. Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, so
dies.
Danny, gets in the eyes with the antlers, and then that's when it ends up being with the sponge and Roach and all that shit. Let's see. Oh, Collector is walking up the stairs. He's all happy and he's like, da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden an arrow gets him right in the eye and he's back down. Like he's like, oh man, or some shit.
But wait, you forgot that one scene when the guy's walking up the stairs and he looks around and he turns to the camera and says, "Lance is a dick."
I'm this in the movie actually. I don't know.
No, that didn't happen.
He's confusing that with another movie. I don't know. But anyway, the Collector takes an arrow in the head, and Irene and them, they find the grenades and everything, and that's when they attach the shit to themselves. The deputy and her both embrace each other as she pulls off the fucking grenade vest, and it's like, I mean, it's probably the sweetest scene in this movie, though. It's like two people who respect each other, who's known each other for so long, and now they're like, we got to do this. Like, it's a really profound fucking moment in that movie, if I'm wrong. tell me, but
I
think
like
so.
that part too. I think that it's an interesting take on it, where you have Deputy Bob, who is just kind of a useless dipshit, like by all accounts, and it's like, well, the only thing I can do is be here for this person.
Right. Yeah. And then, doesn't she scream supper time before she does that? Supper time, and then pulls that shit off. And it's just like, holy shit.
Just so everybody knows what the comments going on there on Facebook right now. Jack's not like keeping invisible because Lance is there. He has this kid and there's something going on right now. That's why he has the screen off at the moment. So just they actually do know each other, Sam. So it's not like there's anything going on there bad. But go ahead, Chuck.
So anyway, so like they're dead, and it goes up back into the attic, and then you have Danny sitting there reading the comic book.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt comic book.
He's reading Tales from the Crypt, and it's showing everything that's happening in that moment.
Spaceballs.
Right? Yeah. It's happening.
I actually really love that
now.
one.
Everything now is happening now, sir. Go back. We missed it. Just when.
Everybody hears assholes.
Yo.
Oh, that's a good one. Anyway, but he's reading the comic book, and he the comic ends up kind of flipping through shit itself. And is this? I guess Danny changes around this time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That's how the devil gets me, by the way.
Right. We got David chiming in saying, if you guys ever watched the original Twilight Zone in the 1983 film movie, John Lithgow, Dan Aykroyd, John Astin, Kevin McCarthy, Dick Miller, who appeared in Tales from the Crypt, also appeared on the Twilight Zone. You're dead on again.
Yeah. Dude, we're gonna have to have a drinking game
those.
every time David says something. We're gonna have to like take a shot, like in our shows from now on. That it's gonna be a drinking game for everyone out there.
So David says 3 facts, and Jack passes out. All right, go ahead, Chuck. Let's keep this one going.
All right, so Danny becomes a fucking demon, and they have to fight him off. And then does Breaker get stabbed or bitten?
I wasn't sure what he was doing. He definitely bit him, but it looked like he reached into him or something.
Yeah,
that was his tongue. He tongued his chest cavity hole. So he tongued his chest hole. He tongued it. He tongued it 100%. He tongued the fuck out of that chest hole
with his venom proboscis tongue.
Oh yeah.
Do you need to take a moment as you say that? Do you need to take a moment to go to the bathroom?
No, I'm fine. I'm completely fine. And then he ends up getting pushed outside of the window that had a barrier and makes him explode.
Yes, they kill the kid. Good job.
Well,
from the Crypt.
At that point, the demon.
Somebody has to fucking do it. Like, I'm sorry. I understand people not liking certain things in movies or whatever, but I'm happy that they killed a kid in this movie. I just want that.
He kind of sucked. Like, to be honest with you,
he kind of did.
Like,
I'll give you a nice shiny quarter. Daddy, somebody's trying to steal your truck.
Yeah, nothing good about him. That's for sure.
It's a movie about snitches.
Yeah.
Oh,
snitches get snitches, or snitches
Cryptube
get
chiming in, which is John Acevedo. Just so everybody out there who is a Tales from the Crypt fan, go check out Cryptube on YouTube. Dude posts some of the best stuff ever. Not to mention, he's actually going through the entire Tales from the Crypt series and giving us a nice little upgrade to the video quality. So you go check out Cryptube, like him, subscribe. Dude does amazing fucking work. Dude is awesome.
Is it going to be like a fan edit where he uploads it? Maybe
no, I've already talked to him. And then it says he tongued his cavity all deep, like yes, for real. And he says, "What's up, guys? Loving your discussion. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming and checking us out, dude. I'm going to throw you into the raffle, even though I 100% guarantee that you probably already own this one."
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say if anyone out there, he's like, yeah, that's the guy.
John has it. I guarantee he has the collector
John, look,
edition.
if you win, I don't own it. I don't own it. If
clearly,
if anyone wins, I don't own it. Just to say, just throwing that out there.
And Jack is getting horny now.
Nope, didn't take my pill yet.
And we got John chiming back in. Nah, let somebody else get a chance. I got a copy. Like I said, I just had this weird fucking feeling. Maybe it's all those pictures of all the collectibles that you have. But anyways, Chuck, go ahead and continue this one, man. Let's go ahead and get this
Thanks, John.
done so we can
Thanks,
talk
John.
about what we thought and get
Yeah.
this
Love you,
fucking
John.
movie away. People want to get this.
Yeah, no shit. So at
Yeah,
this
can we
point,
get
we're can you make him go away?
I can't.
So anyway-
He's just gonna come back.
I
It
know.
doesn't work.
He's like a bad
I
pig.
got the
Hey,
power too.
okay. Anyway, so at this point, Breaker's very injured, and Geraldine and him start having a conversation
John.
about how she has to be the one to take care of things. He puts the blood on her hand at one point, and then she has the stars appear or something. He puts the key in her hand or something.
Yeah, he transfers over.
Yeah.
He transfers it over to her, and it does. But the stars aren't aligned on her.
Right. And then she's actually, it's a really dramatic scene where Breaker dies, and then she acts as if he is like some longtime friend that she's had for years. Breaker, don't you die on me! Don't you die on me now!
Right. And
And it's
keep
just
in
like,
mind,
okay.
she
She was
ends up-
channeling her
Oh.
wicked wisdom. That's what she was channeling.
Nice one, Jack. Nice one. Unfortunately, not so much for the band. But then she is confronted by the collector once again. At this point, she has covered herself in the sacred blood from the key. And the collector kind of already has he's like, okay, I get this, whatever. And he ends up wrapping her up in a sheet and starts trying to woo her like he was. And then that's the love scene. That's the scene where
it's
he's
kind
like,
of a love scene. It's a shower curtain, and he just he.
oh no,
he,
that's
like,
where he's
forced-
talking about he loves her. We were totally ahead
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
We were going
Yeah.
there.
To the
That's when
lightning
this
dick.
happens.
The
Yep.
lightning dick.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
It was very
sorry.
Yeah, did you've jumped
Sorry.
around a little bit? That's for sure.
He was just trying to get to it. That's what he wanted. He wanted the lightning dick. It's cool.
Yeah, he
Chuck.
just
We
wanted
all-
to
we all
mention
did
that.
it.
It's
She,
okay.
It's cool.
She does something pretty cool though, because even though like he cleans her off of all the blood, and so he can't be harmed. She's dancing, like he's dancing with her. He's like swinging her around, whatever. You can tell she's got her mouth full of something, and she spits it right in his face, and it's the blood. She put it in her fucking mouth, spit it in his face. He's all burned and shit. And then, yeah, then he burns, and then like isn't it how he's destroyed at that moment though? Is because he's all.
Yeah, kind of. It's
he
kind
had
of
the
like
meltdown.
implied. Yeah, definitely. I feel like by the end we almost have like a implied reincarnation type thing,
Oh yeah, well yeah,
but we'll get there.
yeah.
Don't you
So
think it was
she,
kind of like the Golden Child too, like when he was like burning up and all that, just like done way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
there's one I haven't watched in a minute. It's also
Golden
Michael Fortune.
Child. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh yeah, the blood bread and shit, blood pudding. But anyway, it's such a weird movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's not
So-
unwatchable, but it is weird.
right. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. It's not Beverly Hills Cop, but whatever. So he, I like your laugh, Jeff. But I love Revenge of the Nerds. But so anyway, so Collector dies. She takes the key, fills it up with like Breaker's blood, and she's on her way. She ends up leaving, and she gets on a bus. And before she gets on the bus, she puts the blood from the vial around the door so it's protected. As the bus is going, they stop because there's a man standing there with a overcoat and a hat on, a cowboy hat on. And when the door opens, he looks down at the steps and he's like, nah, I'll just wait for the next one. And then it goes on, and her and him kind of lock eyes as they're driving. And then it goes to a part, I guess there's like a cemetery or something, and the crypt keeper's hand comes in, grabs a rose, and comes down, and then it's like, oh, the Crypt Keeper, he's done this great thing, and they're taking him to like this award show, and it's a guillotine.
Yeah.
I get the final cut.
It's a great fucking movie. Love this fucking
It's my
film.
producer.
That's Demon Knight.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
it's awesome though. It really is. Yeah. But before we get too carried away and actually start talking about what we think, we're going to take a small commercial break so that we can all get this a little palate cleanser of, getting Jack out of our head. And then we'll go ahead and continue about what we thought about this and do the drawing. So if you haven't yet and you are watching the show, please throw a comment out there. Let me know who you are. I will add you to the prize wheel. We'll be doing the drawing here shortly. And you get a chance to win the Blu-ray Collector Edition from Shout Factory of Demon Knight. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunches.com.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts,
or how to install a Samoflash.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Redoctopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher,
Or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that made growing up awesome.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing. There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up. I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Is she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm going to strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
All right, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box
box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and trickortreatradio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
And welcome back to this awesome episode of Tales from the Podcast, where we are going to be reviewing Demon Knight. And keep in mind, everybody, if I see you commenting before we go ahead and get to this, I'm going to be throwing your name into the prize wheel. So go ahead, throw out your comments to get entered and to win your copy. Now, before we get too carried away, I guess, Chuck, I know there's something about this movie that you really wanted to talk about. So let's go ahead and give you a couple of minutes to chat a little bit about the soundtrack to Demon Knight.
All right. So first off, this fucking movie. I'm a big fan of soundtracks. There's so many good ones up there. The Crow soundtrack, even the Last Action Hero soundtrack. So many ones.
So the Crow.
The Crow is one of my favorites.
The Crow. Dude.
Opening,
oh my God.
It opens.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, burn.
It opens up with The Cure. Yeah. Yeah. Which is one of JB's favorite bands.
That's where I got into my goth metal rock. Like that was my introduction. And
that was great.
Rollins band's on that one too, actually.
And it was my very first burned CD, a CDR with a black and white printout of the cover. Dude, I fucking love it, man. It was great.
But talking about, there's a second there.
You got Sam chiming in saying, Chuck, there's a second there when you came back where I thought that was an ass, but it was your hand because you were adjusting your camera on your fingers.
Yeah,
you made it look like a butt.
Anyway, the soundtrack though for Demon Knight has some of my fucking favorites on this. Pantera is a band that I've seen on their last tour. They were the band that changed my fucking life. They showed me what metal really was. Ministry, another favorite of mine who I got to see with
a throwback. Yeah.
I got to see Ministry and Phil and Zoma and the Legals with Slayer and Primus year before last or last year, whatever it was, or year before last.
And we got CryptTube saying, hell yeah, the Demon Knight soundtrack and The Crow.
Golgotha, yes, that's one of my favorite fucking tunes, man. Motherfucker.
I would throw in oh crap, what was the vampire one? I can't
Lost
think
Boys?
of it now. Well, that's a cool one too, but the one with David Draymond and the Deftones and Jonathan
you're talking
Davis
about
is that Queen of the Damned?
Queen of the Damned.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah, Static X and shit. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, Static X.
God damn it!
Love Static X.
Died.
Man,
we've been watching Static X for like 3 days in a row now. So
I don't blame you at all.
Great band.
Did you see the song he did for Batman Beyond? That was pretty sick.
No, I actually didn't.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, he did a song for Batman Beyond. He had his hair up, and it was like sculpted with bat ears. It was crazy.
His hair is always up.
I will have to look that up because I've never seen that shit, man.
I've never seen him with his hair not up.
But I mean, you've got, like I said, Pantera, Ministry, great fucking band, still fucking kicking ass. Machine Head, I could give two shits about. Fuck him, but hey, it's a good song. It's on here. Megadeth, I'm not a big fan of Megadeth, but I like a few songs, and this one's a good one too. Which they also have a band that influences so many bands in the genre that I play, sludge and doom. The Melvins. The Melvins are by far the originators and godfathers of sludge, and the fact they're on here is amazing. Rollins Band. If you're a Black Flag fan, or a Rollins Band fan, the Liar guy, you know what I mean? I got to meet Henry Rollins twice a while back, and it was amazing to meet that guy. He's a fucking legend. I have a punk
I've heard
rock.
nothing but good things about him too. Like, he's super nice.
I loved him in The Chase.
He's short as fuck, but still intimidating. He's shorter than you think he is. I'm not kidding. It's
John,
weird.
may I add?
He's not a big guy.
Nice.
He is also extremely knowledgeable, especially when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah, I think this was for the Return of the Joker movie, Crash by Static X. I couldn't remember the name. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to check that shit out, then, dude. That's fucking awesome.
The
Black Flag. What the hell? I didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say that. Okay. God damn it. Black Flag, man.
I've got about clove cigarettes.
I've got this tattoo. You can't see it, but I've got a fucking living room tattoo of Black Flag that was done by someone who's actually in jail for murder now. 17-year-old kid, actually. It's fucking crazy. But
wow.
But yeah, like going back to the soundtrack, Biohazard, Sepultura, Filter that we discussed, which I'm not a big Filter fan, but this was, but their first album, their first album, Short Bus.
That one?
Huh?
Filter. Oh, wrong band. Sorry, my bad. Fuel in my hemorrhage.
Oh, Fuel.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, it's okay because Filter pretty much became them later on. That's why I'm not a big Filter fan. The lead singer is Robert Patrick's brother. He was in Nine Inch Nails for a while and stuff. Hey Man, Nice Shot is a song that anybody that knows about Filter, that knows about music from the 90s.
That's probably like the only song most people know by them, to be fair.
That song,
the average person.
Yeah, there's that song and a couple more. I think it was actually.
Yeah.
There's a whole dark story behind that, but I'm pretty sure it is about Kurt. But
and
Grave
Sean,
Diggers.
no, we are not still raising money for Chuck to get us. Are we? Oh no, the last time we were raising money was for Chuck to shave his beard.
Shave my beard, and I shaved it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could change it to a tattoo. Oh yeah, you know what? He said if anybody pays for it, you'll get any tattoo.
Oh yeah,
we
was it the double dragon tattaoo?
Yes,
I see.
yes, I remember now. Yeah,
did I say that?
Yeah,
you did.
And by the way, I think I have a better idea.
I gotta stop drinking.
What we'll do is we'll take the double dragon symbol of the medallions together and have it tattooed along the entire top of your head. Since you're bald,
you could be like Phil Anselmo.
I want the dragon through my face.
I'll get it. I'll get it on the back, on my back right here, like underneath my neck. I'll do it right there.
I think you're.
It'd be a special thing.
We got Matthew chiming in. Filters take a picture is really well known.
Oh,
that's true.
I hate that.
I didn't like that song.
I knew Jack would love that song.
Yeah, he would. But Jack's also a huge Creed fan.
Wait.
Guys,
Creed says, but you
I
also
tell you this. Creed and all that. Everybody gives Creed hell and all that. Mark Tremonti is a hell of a guitar player.
Oh yeah, the band's great. The band's great. Scott Stapp sucks. But CryptTube here says,
CryptTube, yeah. Go
it
ahead,
says,
John.
but you also got Megadeth, Last Action Hero, introduced me to Megadeth when I was a kid, and I got hooked because of Angry Again. Dude, that's exactly what I was talking about. That soundtrack right there got me into Cypress Hill with Cock the Hammer, got me into Megadeth, got me to AC/DC more than I already was.
Big guns.
I mean,
I think Sean liked my tattoo idea.
I mean, come on, dude. Like I got chills.
When are we going to get to Wicked Wisdom? I'm really excited about that part.
Oh God.
Well, actually, since we're talking about the soundtrack anyway, we brought this up just in our group chat and everything because of Jada Pinkett being in this. About her band Wicked Wisdom. And before Jack gets a chance to talk about it, I actually want to talk a little bit with Justin because Justin actually has firsthand experience. So can you please tell us the scary stories?
Let me set the stage. It was 2005. You know, the world was only a little bit past Y2K, and
9/11.
Festivals were all the rage. People were drinking, so be no fear.
Way scarier than the coronavirus.
Yeah, I agree. I fucking agree.
Ozfest comes around. I'm living in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut. So on your first stage, you have Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Mudvayne, Shadows Fall, Black Label Society, In Flames, and Velvet Revolver. And second stage, Rob Zombie, Killswitch Engage, As I Lay Dying, Mastodon. So I mean, some big groups, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But also Wicked Wisdom. So I get there and we're looking around, and I'm usually a second stage guy. I was there to see Drowning Pool, and this was the last time that David Williams from Drowning Pool would be like seen alive before he died. It was like that year. So
I saw him a few months beforehand with Disturbed. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm so grateful I got to see them, but I got wrecked in that pit. So, but besides that, so we're like, all right, let's go check this out. It's Jada Pinkett Smith or whatever. It's okay. She's fresh off of doing the Matrix movies and all that. So we go see them, and she's doing like a Q&A with the radio station. I think it was WCCC. and they were just talking. Yeah, it was a huge list of talent. So they're just talking to her, and literally every question everyone has is either about Will Smith's dick, or they were asking about The Matrix. And she's like, "Oh, I'm here to talk about my music." They're like, "Yeah, well, what's Will packing?" It's just like, like, oh, she's trying to be like, like,
Jack
hey,
has the same questions.
So she gets up and she does her thing.
Is it true what they say?
Yeah. That's like the Saturday Night Live sketch with Lara Flynn Boyle, where they're like asking about Jack Nicholson. It was like that. It was really weird. So we saw it. We're over on the second stage. They start going. They lead off with a song that's like a heavier song. It's like metal and all that. And it's like, okay, all right, people are into it. They go into the second song. Half of the crowd literally just left. Like they're like, all right, I've seen this shit show. I'm done. We're sitting there because we already have drinks in our hands at this point. We're just like, what the hell happened? But it's like they're not great, and it was kind of like the band didn't really fit what she was doing. So it's
it's one of those things because like I'm open minded to just about whatever. I mean, I even gave Jack's music a chance. If somebody's like, hey, this person's got a band, whatever the fuck, check them out. I'll totally give them. I will, smoke a J, sit down, check it out, get my pool, and fucking see if I actually dig it or not. And God damn it, I've got the Ozfest DVD, okay, that has them on there. It's got him on there, and it's got for some reason, Bowling for Soup was on that Ozfest for some reason, and over in Europe.
They're like,
I don't know.
Crap, we mixed this up with
it's so bad. It's so bad. But the Wicked Wisdom set, the song that came on there, like people were booing. Like they were like
the crowd was not into it, man.
Like she was trying her best to do her best hardcore because she's up there. I was trying to give her, a chance because the band's like, they're rocking out and they're fucking doing their shit. And she's like trying to be like a fucking hardcore chick. And you're like, you're not that. So I don't believe anything that's coming out of your mouth. And her voice just sucks. And JB, you sent us links to a video of her on Jay Leno. And it's not so much that her voice sucks. No, it sucks. But it's the fact that the music that she's trying to, the band itself, as mediocre as some may see, they actually have talent. And the only reason why she was in it was because she's, Will Smith's wife, and she's done like what, 2 movies?
Tequila treatment.
It's funny, John, that you mentioned that because me and my wife were actually talking about this a little bit before we came on air today, and she brought up the tequila treatment at the ICP show too. But yeah,
so what was that? Was she dating one of the guys from ICP?
From my knowledge of it, which I'm not too knowledgeable in ICP shows, she was asked to like do some singing or something, and like I guess that crowd kind of just
they didn't like her at all.
Yeah, not on her.
Yeah,
like
bunch of juggalos. No,
like I guess it was pretty scary. Like she, I don't know, something along the lines of like maybe not being able to get out of it type thing. It was so bad, but I don't know a lot of the specifics about it. But I know that there was a pretty big situation. Crowd got out of hand, throwing shit at her, and a bunch of shit. But anyways, we should probably talk a little bit about what we thought about this fucking movie.
Wait,
yeah,
can I
definitely.
get my opinion? Oh wait, you let I what?
About Wicked Wisdom?
No. All right, Jack really wants to talk about it. Go ahead.
No, dude. Okay, so listening to their album as I was explaining, what the fuck?
So it was Jack's finger.
Good to know what's on the other end, I guess. But
oh, good. Yeah. That explains the wiggle Jack has while he's sitting there.
So no, okay. So if you, goddamn, fuck all you guys, everyone, fuck you guys. Anyways, no, the band, like Chuck Nasty said, the band is good, but she didn't know what fucking genre she wanted. And that's the truth. You listen to every song, it's fucking different. Like they try to do this one oh my God, like it just reminded me of like the punk days. Like you see those pictures in underground basements and they got the big long, the Jinko shorts and the chains.
God, yeah.
And it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you want me? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Hey, don't badmouth fucking basement shows, bro.
I'm not. She gave him a bad name. She's repping that shit. She repping it in that fucking video I sent last night, and it sucked.
Oh.
Guys, if I say
she was wearing like those really big cargo pants and
yes, yeah. It was like
chain wallet.
It was like Korn. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be Korn, and then try to go R&B in a song. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It sucked. She sucks. The music, the musicians
she sucks
are
as
great.
a person too, though. So.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
how dare her do that to Will Smith?
Well, he's a treasure.
He deserved it after doing Wild Wild West, but that's a different story.
Oh, you leave Will Smith alone.
Fuck Wild Wild West.
Wow, you didn't even play After Earth card?
Bad Boys. Bad Boys movies, man.
I don't care.
Bad
Wild
Boys for
Wild
life.
West.
Life, yeah.
Watch
I fucking
Wild
love that
Wild
movie.
West and tell me that you're like a huge Will Smith fan.
I'm not a huge Will Smith fan,
Or
but
re-listen to Getting Jiggy with It and then come talk to me.
You ever notice that he had a song out every
me
time
and
he had
Jack
a
are
movie
both
out?
dancing.
Exactly. And it was always a really, really shitty fucking
He's like, yeah, I got this new movie. It's called Hitch. I got to do the song. It's called The Switch. What? It's like, oh, yeah, come. It's the Men in Black. It's like, what? Oh, that's the name of your movie. Okay. It's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's the name of your show. I'm like, all right, so I get it.
So technically, he's just doing extended jingles.
Yeah, Wild Wild West. It's a song.
Right? All of his songs are just extended jingles for the project he has going on at the time.
Hey, where was his After Earth one? There is no more. He should have got Wicked Wisdom to do the soundtrack.
That was I Whip My Hair Back and Forth by Willow Smith.
I officially fucking hate you.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair.
So, anyways, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we thought about this movie.
Wait, I'm gonna go grab some chips now. Oh
yeah. Dick. I know that I'm on a time limit. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time before Chuck gets the munchies and ruins the fucking show. At least the audio. So, before we get too far, let's go ahead and get Jackie Poo out of the way, dude. Jack, tell us what you thought about this movie.
Honestly, I had no expectations going into this movie because I'd never seen it. Other than I should have.
Matthew is right there. The only thing good that came with Getting Jiggy with It is the Seinfeld episode.
Okay, I'll give him that one. I think, so not knowing what the movie or to be expected, and as Chuck said, right when you turn it on, you don't know what the fuck you're watching. And then I saw boobies, and I was like, all right, I'm in. And dude, me and my girlfriend, we sat up after just talking about it, and we're like, that was a really good movie. Like, it really was a good horror film. The effects.
What did you think about everything, though? As like keep in mind that this is the first time you actually saw this movie. So, like, I'm really curious. Like, what did you really think about like every little thing that happened in it, especially considering you watched it 24, 25 years later than the rest of us.
I actually thought everything was on point. The effects were just it's aged well, to say the least.
I think so.
Except the penis lightning. I mean, it was funny. So I really think it was really a good horror film. And when now that you mention it, like you mentioned a couple weeks ago, that The Frighteners was supposed to be Tales from the Crypt. And I can see that. I can totally see how, the comedy and the horror mixed in was good. And Billy Zane, my God, he was like, that's a sexy motherfucker. And there ain't no one on the screen that can't deny that. So it was a great movie. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. It was good.
That's fair. That's fair. Justin, how about you, buddy? What did you think about this? And can you give us your rating?
It's hard for me not to talk about The Frighteners because I absolutely love that movie.
Feel free to. Feel free.
So, yeah, no, I just
actually,
I
Where
love
Peter
it.
Jackson, fucking Michael J. Fox, like it's
Why
fucking
wasn't
great.
it-
John
Guys, why wasn't
Aston,
it-
you know.
Why
Oh,
wasn't it?
Why
What's
wasn't
the
it?
story? Why wasn't it?
Well,
nothing about
from what's actually
Nice.
been said and everything that from what I've seen out there is pretty much that after it was viewed a few times or whatever, with like the testing and all of it, it came off where it seemed like it could hold its own without the Tales from the Crypt name attached to
So
it.
they didn't have the
So
licensing?
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no. So it was, but then keep in mind, like the people who were producing Tales from the Crypt at the time were producing anything and everything that was big during like their whole career. You got some of the biggest fucking producers in the world that worked on Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah,
like
I noticed
Zemeckis,
Zemeckis,
Gilbert
yeah.
Adler, huge fucking names, and all these people they did Tales from the Crypt all the way through. Joel Silver. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, anything that you like from that period of time, if you really go through and look it up, like they more than likely had their hand in it at some point in time. That's simple. So, for them, it's like when they did the, kind of like pushing the Frighteners over to the side with it, it wasn't like a bad thing. It was like they could stand on their own. They didn't need the Tales name there to draw the extra attention to it.
I'm okay with that. I mean, if it did anything, maybe it helped the film. But I mean, Jeffrey
Right.
Combs, wow.
Fucking, I can't argue it. It's I'd say it's my second favorite Peter Jackson movie, right underneath Meet the Feebles.
Oh, dear God. Dear God.
I have a soft spot for that
Wow.
movie.
Someone else has seen that movie. That's great. So-
Everybody
Oh,
has,
yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Jack, have you seen
I need to
it?
go back and watch it, but yeah.
I turned it off.
So you've seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Penis
John
lightning.
chime in and penis lightning. Could you catch that in a bottle? And by bottle, I mean in the ass.
Jack
$10
could.
says Jack could.
Well, I won't take up too much more time talking about the Frighteners, but I'll just
Oh, you're
I made
fine.
kind of a comparison earlier about the 7 deadly sins. So Breaker is talking about how there's 7 stars on his hand and how there's always 7. He thought he'd be safe because there was only 5, and then the other 2 guys come. Realistically, we also get Danny and Danny's parents and stuff like that too. So it's not technically 7, but I thought that there was a correlation, and so I'm like, all right, let me look into this. I looked up what your 7 deadly sins are. So it's vanity or pride, greed or covetousness, lust or illicit sexual desire. So we know who that is. Gluttony, which usually is to include drunkenness, envy, wrath or anger, and sloth. So with this, vanity or pride is Geraldine, because when you see how he's trying to get her, when Billy Zane is trying to corrupt her, there's like pictures of her up on the wall and all that, and it's like her visage up there. So he's trying to get her and play to her pride. Greed or covetousness is Roach, right? Roach is a greedy bastard, and it's like he's out for himself.
Yeah.
Lust or illicit sexual desire is Cordelia. Gluttony, in terms of drunkenness, is Uncle Willie. Envy is Wally. Wally really wants Cordelia. He wants to be with Cordelia, and he's jealous of anyone who is. Wrath or anger, Irene is angry the entire film. So, and also Bob. Bob is kind of wrath a little bit at the end there, but sloth, I had Deputy Bob, but also really Danny more so. I mean, he's a kid, and you see him. He sits in the mine. He just sits there, not doing anything. Then, like, people are getting killed all over the place, and he's reading a comic book. Who the fuck is this kid? It's like
good observation. Yeah.
No,
so that's my take on it.
Spot on. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
I didn't even think about that shit. That good.
Yeah, it just kind of hit me, and I'm like, geez, I wonder if this is something that they played into it. And I mean, anybody that has their hand in writing this stuff is usually going to make it layered. And I'm like, I don't even know if we picked up on that. So it's pretty cool.
Well, plus I think with them having especially 3 writers on this too, like they had a lot of opportunity to throw little things like that in there too. But go ahead and continue, man.
Well, I mean, that's the meat and the potatoes on it. I mean, other than that, like William Sadler, I mean, this guy has done everything. He's played the president twice, and in the MCU, he's the president in Iron Man 3 and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's like, that's the biggest stage in the world that this guy has done, and he's the star of this movie, which is huge. So, I mean, he's been on The Flash. He's been in Machete Kills. If you remember that one, he was the sheriff. And Cordelia, I was just looking at her. If you guys remember, she was in Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Yes, that's where I thought she was from. Yeah,
in Hot Shots Part 2.
She takes off her thing, and I saw that in theaters. Yeah,
that was great. And then it became the bloodiest movie of all time. So,
yeah.
I just like those kind of stand out for me. And of course, the end credit scene where you have, if you go all the way to the end, you see the Crypt Keeper, and he talks about like stay tuned for their next movie, I guess, which was supposed to be called Dead Easy, something like that. I don't know. I've never seen that one, if that's something, but you guys might know more about that.
I don't think it ever happened.
No, they
went on and made Bordello of Blood.
Which actually had a lot
Dennis
of
Miller
problems. Dennis Miller was a lot of the problems there. And no, actually, John, I have not told them about the hidden Crypt Keeper lost footage in Pantera music video.
Oh, that's cool.
Which actually, if you actually go to, I believe it's IMDb, they actually have like a movie connection thing with Tales from the Crypt. And I really don't want to go through all of them because literally Tales from the Crypt appeared in everything, it seemed like. Even movies like My Name is Bruce, you get the Crypt Keeper on the Fangoria cover. In Casper, you get the Crypt Keeper. I mean, there's
wait. Is the Pantera video he's talking about Revolution Is My Name? That's what I'm wondering about.
Oh, it was canceled. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't wrong on the what he said then. That's what I was
No. He actually I know that John was actually really interested in trying to figure out about Fat Tuesday for quite a long time, and he does know he's one of the very few people out there where when it comes to actually looking up this Tales from the Crypt stuff, he will go to the source and wait for the answers, get the answers, go and actually get in contact with a lot of these people. And some of the stuff is extremely difficult. And yeah, John's saying it's Cemetery Gates. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you also keep in mind he was in Mystery Science Theater 3000, Rick and Morty, Zoolander 2. There's
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead, Gravity Falls, Grave Robber. Oh God. I mean, Elvira. But I'm trying to Freaky Friday, Frasier.
Dead Alive.
I'm like I can't. I like literally no joke. If you go and see all the reference things that or whatever that he's actually been part of, it's fucking insane, dude. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
At SNL, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Mummy. I mean, it's fucking incredible. But then again, John Cassier, that dude will do whatever the fuck it takes to get out there too. You know what I mean? But anyways, dude, did you give this a rating already? I'm sorry if you did. I didn't hear it.
Oh no, I didn't. I think Jack's onto something with the 8.5. I mean, I don't know what they could do to be better, but they're not perfect. So I would give it around 8.5 as well.
All right, that's fair. All right, Chuck, how about you, buddy?
Oh man, you know how much I love this fucking movie by now.
This much.
A little bit more than that. This film was something.
Penis lightning.
You know what? And the thing is, Jack probably talked about the penis lightning about 15 times in this whole podcast. So I'm just throwing that out there, Jack. We accept you. But I love this movie. I love the fact that it stuck with the Tales from the Crypt vibe to it. The gore was cool. Like I said, the soundtrack's awesome. The characters are good. The acting, like we've talked about, there are so many awesome actors in this fucking movie. Ones that just are classics. I mean, even going down to Dick Miller being in Bucket of Blood back in the fucking 60s. Like, we've got a bunch of them here. You know what I mean? Talk about William Sadler, all these fucking guys. Billy Zane. This movie I love it. The dialogue was good. The visuals were good. I liked the idea of a church being turned into a motel. I was in a band years ago when I was younger. We used to practice in a church that used to be a bar, which makes me think of that every time I watch the fucking movie. The think it's fucking cool, man. I love this fucking movie to death. And honestly, you all gave it a 8 point. What was it?
8.5.
8.5. Okay. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go 9 because this movie.
You're going with Ron.
This movie is, to me, yeah. There we go. Great minds think alike. This movie it has everything I love to it, and it's one big long Tales from the Crypt episode, and that's where my heart lies when it comes down to that kind of shit. The horror anthologies, all stuff, Tales from the Crypt, and also when it comes down to it, I like the other Tales from the Crypt films that came out after this. Borderland of Blood's fun, Rituals different, but this one is the one that is the Mac Daddy of all of them.
Different.
So it's it's that one's a little darker, and it's not really. I don't know. It's an interesting film, but Demon Knight's the one that I think that it was most like Tales from the Crypt. So
right. And you said 9? 9. Nice.
Give it a 9, bro. Yeah.
Right. So we also got Matthew chiming in again, saying one of my favorite parts of this movie is that Billy Zane seems to be having so much fun.
And
he is. I agree. He's very energetic in it, and it's definitely one of the things that really makes this character stand out.
He's on his upward Hollywood momentum at this point too. Like he's yet to peak.
Right. He has yet to do the Phantom, which
by a year. Yeah. So it's
one year from here, we're gonna see the best part.
Wait, Jack, you look like somebody just took your butt plug out. Are you mad or something?
We got Sam chiming in. I agree.
He just watched the Phantom.
It. Stuck to it.
I love it. Stuck to Fuck Tales you guys. And I love the sequel to the Phantom, also called The Phantom, which was going to be a series on Sci-Fi, but it turned into a 2-part miniseries.
How about
that's probably for the best?
Phantom 2040 in the Eon
Flux. Oh dear God! Yeah, I saw. Oh God!
I haven't seen that. I don't even know.
I'm not touching that one. I'm good.
It's good, actually. It's pretty good.
It's not long and hard. He's not touching it. All right, continue.
You fucking called it right there. So I guess as far as my review goes of this movie, I really thought this movie was a lot of fun. Like I said, Billy Zane was fucking incredible in this. The real highlight of this movie, though, is the special effects, at least to me. And we've had Todd Masters on the show before in the past, but like he and all the people that work for Master Studio, I mean, they did a fucking incredible job with this movie. And after talking to him and having just so much more respect about everything that they did for this movie, how many hours that they put in, that they had literally rotating shifts of people just working and working and working, making this go. And we got John, who actually was there with me when we did this, Todd motherfucking Masters. Yes. And the dude's fucking incredible, and you can just tell by the work in this. You can see it when the boy changes, or when Cordelia changes over. Even the look of the demons in general, it's like when you actually go and get a real detailed look at them, like they're so well done. And then like the green ooze and everything, everything that was done in it's just way better. But just the amount of work that he put into it just made this movie so much better than what I could have imagined the first Tales from the Crypt movie actually being. I think they did an incredible job with it. I'm gonna have to this is like right in between a 9 and a 9.5 to me.
Yeah,
I absolutely love this movie. There's nothing about it that I really don't like. Like, I'm not a huge Jada Pinkett fan, but this right here is the only thing that she's in that's good. But everything though about it though is it's great. Like, oh man, the soundtrack, like you said, is fucking a killer soundtrack too. But I'm still like those special effects. They blow me away every time I watch it. Even going back and watching it in 2021, like you can see, low budget movies like nowadays, which, you gotta keep in mind the technology difference between 25 years is fucking crazy. Yeah. But, even some of these movies nowadays don't even come up to even close to the standards that this movie was done at. It's crazy to me. And then, after talking to Todd Masters, like I said, when we had him on, he pretty much said flat out, this was their way of giving back to all the Tales from the Crypt fans, putting in all this hard work, hours, time, everything to really make this movie the best thing that it could be.
Completely succeeded.
He hands down fucking killed it. You know, great guy too. I can't say a bad thing about the dude. But I'm gonna have to go with like a 9.5. This movie is just amazing. I absolutely love it, dude.
If you're at a friend's house and like, hey, I'm gonna put in Demon Knight, do you say no? No. You you can watch it just about any time.
Thinks killing or monstered.
I'll watch them all.
Right. And we got Sam chiming in here again saying, like I said, thank you. I thought I was the only one who thought they look like a mini pumpkin head. No,
dude, I was about to say that shit. Yo,
I said that.
One of them. Oh, my
and
bad.
here's
Yeah,
John dropping some more knowledge for us. Oh, off topic of the film, I got an update on the rights issue. So for those that don't know, there's a lot of issues going on with the actual property of Tales from the Crypt. But the trademark court battle is close to coming to an end. Tales from the Crypt Holdings, aka Joel Silver Productions, has not filed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, John. I know you're hopefully still listening. But isn't that going to cause for it to go back to the Gaines family then? And he says they have not filed for new representation in their case.
And then we also got the Gaines family.
I'm not sure. I know John's been keeping very up to date on that. That's not exactly something that's easy to figure out the information on. It's just not out there that, you know. But we got Matthew chiming in. Practical effects makes all the difference. CGI is amazing, but widely overused tool. I completely
we were talking
agree.
about the Thing too, and I mean, if you go back to that, which was made in 1980, you know that still holds up today. Some of the stuff you're like, how the hell did they do that? So
exactly.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah, and we got Sam Knight chiming in again, saying, "I said first fool. Look back in the comments."
About the pumpkin head.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I think that is.
I mean, that's why I even said it was like a bunch of little pumpkin heads, and he seemed like he agreed with me. So,
right. So,
is he talking about Jack?
Maybe, I don't know, possibly. So, anyways, since we got done reviewing this, I guess I should probably get to the part where we figure out who is going to be winning the Blu-ray. So I am. Oh, actually, and hold on. And yeah, I was correct. It would be awarded to the Gaines estate by default. And he says, yes, the court stated that if the defendant, Silver Productions, did not find suitable representation by a stated deadline, then the rights and trademark for the name Crypt Keeper and Tales from the Crypt would go back to the Gaines family. I hopefully, if that is the case, hopefully they'll be willing to do something with the property. I think after all this time that they can see how much money and what this property means to people. And I think once this court case is done, we'll probably see a huge increase in, things being done with the property. Well, at least I really,
the fan base.
Hope.
Well, also the fan base of Tales from the Crypt is still so huge. I mean, all the people like us that watched when we were younger, we got our kids into it, and all that shit. So like, there's more people out there that want to see more Tales. I mean, my kids have watched a good portion of the show because I'm a fucked up dad, and they like fucked up shit too. Like it's just passing it down. So like, why not do something with it? I'd like to see that.
I get it. I watch on mine.
Speaking of that, being a parent,
and Ron says lawsuits fucking with Jason and Tales. Yeah.
Well, what's funny is recently probably in the last 3 months, I was on this streaming thing, and
Grindr.
I was telling these people about my daughter loving Chucky and getting really sad about when he dies at the end, and she's like, "You're the reason kids turn into serial killers."
Huh. Interesting fact:
like,
Todd Masters did the special effects for the remake of Child's Play.
Boom, mic drop.
And we got John chiming in again. TNT might come back and try to swoop in and grab it again, like they tried back in 2015. If they
do anything other than basketball now, though,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even have cable right now. I'll be honest, things might change really quick if they do get it, But then again, that was the one that M. Night Shyamalan was supposed to be doing a lot of the work for too. So unfortunately,
it's Disney Plus. Disney Plus is going to scoop it up.
Oh,
I hope so. That'd be great.
If they do, if they put half of the effort in that as they would have like Mandalorian, we're fine.
Can we not?
Actually,
let's move on. Can we move on?
If Pixar and Disney were to team up,
God.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Monster House was cool. Why couldn't you do Tales from the Crypt like that?
Well, was that DreamWorks?
I am
whatever. It doesn't matter.
DreamWorks. Yeah. You know what? I'm on board with that, Chuck. I'm on board with that idea.
Wouldn't that be cool? I love that shit.
Like completely CG, like Beast Wars or something.
Oh, just like Monster House or Shrek and shit like that.
Beast Wars was shit. I like Beast Wars.
It'd be like a mixture between Tales from the Crypt Keeper and Tales from the Crypt.
Beast Machine
and Shrek.
And Sean's yeah. Anyways, we do have a small thing that we are trying to also do today.
Get that completely accurate picture of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Terrified? Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of. Yeah.
Where's my career?
Check them out. Wicked Wisdom, guys. You heard it here first.
No.
Chuck approves.
They're a thing.
Chuck approves.
No, Chuck doesn't approve.
No,
not this all. Chuck. Some guy named Chuck.
Shut the fuck up, Lance. You're right. Damn right I do.
Right, and we got Lance JP right for the Mandalorian. He fucking wishes he did anything like that.
Bro, no offense, I would not be on this show right now if I wrote for the Mandalorian. I would be chilling. I'd probably be chilling somewhere and like fucking drinking Muay Thais and fucking
and being a douche. Yeah, we got you.
No. Oh wait, and see,
I wouldn't be on here with you guys.
Don't get me started with that shit right now. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Oh God. So, anyways, I'm not sure, but this wheel is not looking right to me because I got all the names entered in here. But
let's just spin. Go. It's gonna be like a ghost winner. So it's gonna be
I don't know,
to everyone.
But I will exit out of the full screen so people can see that there is the list of names there. So we'll pop up one of the names.
Let's see. I'm excited. This is the ghost winner.
Let's go ahead and check it.
Fuck it.
Let's see what it says. I can't see a fucking thing. I can hear it though.
It says you've gone bankrupt.
Let's see if it even tells me. Matthew, actually, dude, if you can go ahead, and I know you're watching over there on YouTube, but if you can go ahead and send us an email, which I will go ahead and throw our show email out on here on the YouTube channel, which is Tales from the Podcast 13@gmail.com. You go ahead and email me, let me know who you are, send me your address and everything, and I will get that shipped right out to you. And I have that already sent there. Thank you, man, for going ahead and checking us out. We appreciate everybody going and watching us and, seeing what we're all about. But before we go and let everybody, done dealing with us at least.
Matthew, on your behalf, I'll accept it and I will send him my address just for you.
Right. And John says, check out that what I sent you, JB. I did check it out. And oh God, I can't wait to actually get a chance to sit down and read it on my phone. It's a little bit small, but John, to say the least, this is how John gets his fucking information. I have whatever, but anyways, before we get ahead, whatever. And Matthew says, "Fuck yeah, that is amazing, and that is so much." And we got Sean chiming in. Awesome show again. See you all in 2 weeks.
You know what? Sean, wait, hold on. Sean, I keep looking. I don't ever see a post of the picture of you in the mask that we sent you. I don't see it. He won a mask from one of our last raffles, and I've never seen it.
I think I might have seen it. Anyway, so one of the things I do want to throw out there real quick is Sean had a great idea for Chuck's tattoo. So anybody send us money.
Oh yeah, I would totally do it. If somebody wants to,
the entirety of Chuck's back,
the entirety, not the entirety.
Look like Steve-O.
Wait, can one of those faces be mine and Justin's?
No, that's horrible.
Look like the Step Brothers,
right?
Yes.
Oh God. So I guess. Yeah, and yes, he did. He did send them. He did. All right. Now, before we go ahead and close off with everything, dude, Justin, you want to go ahead and tell everybody where they can check you out and follow you? Keep in mind that they are also going to be scrolling at the bottom for everybody watching now. You
perfect.
can check out any of those shows, but yeah.
Well, if you listen to the intermission there, you can hear my Epic Tales from the Sewers. It's a long name, but if you're a fan of anything Ninja Turtles, I'm basically going through the comics. I'm reading the stories. I'm doing the voices. The idea for the show was that you could even listen to it with your kids if you want, but we're going through the IDW comic book series to kind of give people an idea of what happened there. So I'm not starting at the beginning with Mirage. I'm starting at the middle, I guess, of where they are. So you can check us out, Epic Tales from the Sewers, wherever you find podcasts. I was actually just on Retro Redoctopus on Monday. So we recorded Monday. So that was probably next week. So check out Retro Redoctopus. We're talking about mechs. So anything that's a giant mech robot, whether it's Robotech or my favorite Exo Squad, that's another place you can find me. Dude. We have a Facebook group. It's called Epic Shells. So anyone that's into turtles, you can go there. It's
I'm joining.
It's kind of a fun place. You should join. Absolutely.
Hey,
I've tagged you in posts over there.
You didn't. No, you didn't. Stop
yes,
lying.
I did.
Yo, hey, Justin.
Because that's where I posted the trailer for the coming out of the Shells tour.
Oh, that is. I couldn't comment. Yep. I wasn't a part of it. But if you need a musical guest, since you do like the live reading, I could do, coming out of the shell.
And don't give him that satisfaction.
Me. So I'm going to be like Jack in this circumstance because I have never seen Coming Out of Your Shells tour, but JB asked me to watch it, so I'm going to watch it, and we're going to do do a show on it.
Justin, add me on Facebook. We'll stream it live. We'll do something. And we'll watch it together.
I'm not streaming. I'm not.
No, not you. I'm talking to Cooper, the cool one.
Oh, fuck you. He is cool though. I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Yo, Cooper. Did you? Okay, I sent something to Justin the other night that I found that I never knew about. It was "We wish you a Merry Turtle Christmas."
Yes,
Turtle holiday. Yeah. Dude, those fucking costumes are horrific.
Did you see Splinter's 12 Days of Christmas?
Not yet. I will. I'm just for
Did you see Splinter in the Coming Out of the Shells tour?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Splinter, he's like fucking. Oh God, it was.
I can't wait, guys. Wait till you find out that some of the guys from the state, like Ben Grant and Michael Ian Black, are actually in those costumes. So it's pretty great.
Fuck up.
Yeah, I go deep.
What?
I do some research. But my other show is called The Fantastic Podcast. We just did a whole show on Transformers, and usually it's just I get a bunch of super fans together and we just talk about one particular subject. And I'm on a weekly show called Geek Life HQ, which is over on the Dorkening Network now. We're a bunch of just kind of guys talking about dick jokes and stuff. So, I just did a couple interviews. We did Penelope Spheris, the director of Wayne's World and Beverly Hillbillies and Black Sheep. And as Chuck might like, The Decline of Western Civilization, which I knew
I was wondering to say that.
So we got to talk to her about that. So that's fun. I don't know. We'll just try to keep busy.
Germs.
John just joined your group.
The germs, yeah. Man, that makes me uncomfortable. So
yeah, dude.
Well, dude, oh man, thank you once again for coming on. I know we just had you on over on 2G1C doing Double Dragon, but coming back right away and doing this, man, that's fucking awesome.
We felt like we had to make it up to you to be on this one.
I'm super honored that I got to do Demon Knight too, because that's like that's huge.
Yeah, man.
It really is. I absolutely love it. Be honest with you, you'd be surprised how many more people like are really into doing like. I got a list of people that want to do Bordello.
Oh
so,
wow!
One
of them's Angie Everhart. She's looking for work.
So is Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. Michael Jackson touched me inappropriately.
He can't get work now because he's blamed everybody.
Right.
I will tell you guys this. I actually have reached out to his agent to see if I could get an interview with him. So.
Oh God.
Yeah,
he's a dick. He's a fucking.
I came close, but his agent's like, yeah, he's crazy. So Erica Laniak, yeah, good call.
Yep. David once
Ellie
again.
Mae Clampett, yeah.
Now, I guess before we go ahead and actually get out of here and everything, and I guess before this even, I do want to say thank you once again to you, Justin, man. It's always great having you on. Obviously, Jack as well as I. Whenever you want to do the coming out of the shell tour.
Yeah, we'll get that going.
Coming out
Right.
of the shell. Pizza, pizza power, and they're flying through the air.
Jack always has to make it about himself.
Yeah, he does. So now one of the things that I do also want to mention now is we got a little bit of shit last week because we didn't come out right away and say what movie we're going to be doing next. So I do want to go ahead and announce some of the things going on next week. So the first thing going on next week that we have is well, first off, we're going to be giving you guys 2 episodes next week. So you're not just going to get your typical one. We actually have a special guest interview for one of the episodes. We have Mick Strawn from Hercules, Tales from the Dark Side, Friday Nightmares, Candyman, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Boogie Nights, Blade, Texas Chainsaw 3. He did a lot of special effects, art designing. So he'll be on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Did he do
we'll be
the
chatting
penis?
with him. What?
At Boogie Nights?
Boogie Nights? Yeah. Did he do the penis? The way it's like, yeah.
Well, you'll be able to ask him, I'm sure. Trust me.
I would be there.
Are you sure it was Leatherface? Are you sure it was that one?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Didn't he play Leatherface?
He did special effects.
Who am I thinking of? I thought he was
Matthew McConaughey.
No, because I know the reason I'm saying is because I know Ari Milhoff was the one that played Leatherface in 3, and Kate Hodder at times.
He's not necessarily an actor, dude. He does mostly special effects.
Okay, there was 2 people that.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah.
And then also next week on Friday on 2 Guys 1 Crypt with Mr. Chuck Nasty here, we are going to be doing the movie Arachnado. Now, we are also going to be doing this movie with some special guests. We have Jennifer Nangle and Debbie Duchess. Jen has been on a few times already. She does Malvolia, Queen of Screams, which we actually helped do some producing for, right, Jack? And Debbie's been talked about on the show before because we did Sorority Girls and the Creature from Hell, which she was in. Yes, definitely. And it's definitely an interesting one.
Be nice, both of you.
Oh,
especially
whatever.
Well, yeah.
This one. Be nice.
John, dude has quite a resume. Yeah, for real. And Sean saying awesome. Sam says can't wait. That sounds like a good episode. And Chuck can't think. He needs his chips. 100%, dude. So, is there anything anybody wanted to go ahead and say before I close this show up?
Yeah, actually, just real quick, because I'm gonna plug my band real quick. Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. We did a live stream not too long ago. You can check it out on YouTube. We recently just released the first single from our next release called Harbinger. The song's called Some Things in Bloodshed. You can look it up on Spotify and Bandcamp and wherever you can find shit. It's on there. So check that shit out. There you go.
That's awesome, man. Justin, I think you already went ahead and promoted everything that you wanted to. How about you, Jack? You have anything you wanted to add to it?
Do we have time?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes, I would like to promote my band, my Vinyl Asylum. Check us out. We are 10,000 away from 300,000 streams of our music.
Wow.
So if you want to go check us out there, thank you. God, what else is there? I do want to check. Oh, duh.
Do you have the link for your grinder?
Yes, Jack Hunter Productions LLC on Facebook. Check us out. And if you want to check out my grinder profile, it is long schlong 69 minus the 9. And then
so 60?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a heterosexual male. I am in love. I have a girlfriend that I will probably marry, and I won't propose on Valentine's Day. It'll probably be a couple days later. But yes, thank you guys so much. Justin Cooper, it was great to have you. Chuck, go fuck yourself. Whatever. Yeah.
I think it'd just be Seaman Hunter. That's all you have to do. That's for sure.
Seaman. But no, guys, tune in for our next episode in 2 weeks when we hit season 5. Or is it 4? Season 4 or 5? It's 5.
4.
5. 4. Season 4, episode 1. And come in, and I may give away some masks. I don't know. Actually, fuck. I'm gonna be in. Wait, next. I'll be here. I'll be back.
Well, regardless, those are things that you usually say for after we're done doing a show. But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for tuning in. Matthew, man, congratulations on winning the movie. We'll get that shipped out to you here soon. Thanks, everybody. And with that being said, guys, the crypt is closed.